Hi guys, and welcome to part 2 of the top 10 luckiest and unluckiest moments in Terraria. And in this series we're taking a look at very unlucky world generation moments where people got very unlucky, like having lots of chests or having a weird dungeon and cool things like that. The next subject for the top 10 is houses, and if you guys want to potentially be in the top 5 houses in Terraria, then watch till the end because there will be information on that. At number 10 we have Nukken, who has not one but 2 crevices in the corruption filled with meteorites. It's extremely unlucky for this to happen once, so the chances of this happening twice is extremely low, and it makes you wonder if there's a glitch in the game code that makes this happen, because it's also happened to me before in the past, so it does happen quite commonly and it happens more than what you'd expect. 9 is Bander1D97, and like a lot of people, he has his dungeon which is too high in the sky. In the previous episode we had one that touched the clouds, but this one is also very impressive because it's so high in the sky and it must have been very difficult to get to the entrance. The next entry is PocketThing, who has an underground jungle tree growing in the granite biome. This is pretty funny because the granite biome is very dark and dingy, and smack bang in the middle of the granite biome you have a jungle tree and a slime just chilling there, which I thought was pretty cool. 7 is SirScrubington, and he has what appears to be the largest drop off in Terraria history. I'm a big fan of just dropping off things when I find them, and if I made that mistake in this situation I would probably take about 10,000 damage, because this drop is absolutely massive. A very curious find by SirScrubington, and I think it's cool to note that the world generation commonly makes things very round. If I had this world, I would probably make a very circular base wedged into that drop. I think that would look awesome. Next up is Quote22, who has a very large crimson biome which contains 18 crimson altars and 12 crimson hearts. It's very lucky that he got 2 dungeons merged together, and there's quite a few cool features in this dungeon. Firstly, there's a crimson heart just chilling by itself with no crimson rock around it, and secondly, there's a demon altar in the crimson biome. This is obviously a glitch, but it makes this find even more interesting and more surreal, because as well as it being a huge crimson biome, there's also something there that shouldn't be there, the demon altar. Next up is SirScrubington, and we can show a video of this event because he kindly provided us with the world file, and SirScrubington has a granite biome on the surface of his world. This is a very uncommon occurrence, but it can happen, and as you can see, it's a standard granite biome, except there's no chest here, and you can see it from the surface of your world. That is very curious indeed, and I can fairly say that this has never happened before for me. So great job, SirScrubington, and that was an excellent find. We're on to the final 4 now, and what you're looking at is WhosPancakesThis, and he has the most disappointing ocean biome ever. When he went to the end of his world, this is what he discovered, and there is literally no ocean at all, and it's just a barren land. I would be the most disappointed player ever if I was greeted with this when I finally made it to the ocean biome. I would probably just quit the game and start a new world. That's terrible luck, WhosPancakesThis, and I hope the ocean on the other side of the world was a lot better than this one. Number 3 is Espion1296, and this just had to be in the top 3 because I genuinely felt for this guy. So he's exploring next to the temple, and he gets one of the rarest items in the game, the slime staff, but he cannot get the item because he does not have access to the temple yet. This situation is just the perfect example of a lucky and unlucky moment, and Espion must have been furious when he realized he could not get the furious slime staff. Number 2 is Skogz, and he has what could be the coolest spawn of a temple ever. I love the way that it spawned on the very edge of the world, and instead of having sand going into the ocean, it's the temple just chilling there, and it makes a very nice contrast between the ocean and the temple. It would be very cool to make something like a house there, and you've got a nice little ocean, and you have the pyramid, which will no doubt lead down to the underground, and you can find nice caves and things. So that's a very awesome pyramid, and it's the best looking one I've ever seen in Terraria. So well done, Skogz. And finally, in today's episode, in the number 1 spot, we have Steiler Hengst, who clearly spent a very long time making an arena to defeat the Skeletron, and he finally defeated him, so good job, sir. And naturally, after defeating Skeletron, he went down into the dungeon to find all the new items, armor and accessories, but he discovered that it's a complete dead end at the bottom of his dungeon. That is such a big kick in the face because this guy just spent a very long time killing all the first bosses, and when he finally kills one of the final bosses in easy mode, he cannot progress and he will have to start again and build a new world. That's very unlucky, Steiler Hengst, and that is why that takes the number 1 spot. So that's all for today's video, guys. There's going to be many more top 5 and top 10s in the future, so be sure to subscribe. And next week we're going to be releasing 1 or 2 top 5 houses in Terraria. It depends how awesome the submissions are, but hopefully we can get 2 videos out for you guys. And if you want a chance of being featured, you can send your house to the email shown in the video, and I will review the best houses and put them into the top 5 or top 10 houses in Terraria. Thank you for watching, you guys are awesome, and be sure to leave a comment saying which one you think was the best, either 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 or 10. So I'll see you guys later, and remember to tune in to the next top 10, which will be coming out sometime next week.